This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you from the Planet MicroCap Showcase 2017 here at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. I have with me Daniel Liege from Alliance BioEnergy. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is ALLM. Daniel, welcome to SNNLive.
Thanks, Shelley. Thanks for having us.
It's good to have you. Let's get started for our audience with an overview of the company, if you would.
Sure. Alliance BioEnergy Plus is a public company that was started in 2013, and we own a patented technology out of the University of Central Florida that is a revolutionary way of converting cellulose material, any plant material, any paper, wood, agricultural waste, into its base components through a mechanical process. We developed this process over the last couple of years. We built a pilot plant, we built an analytical laboratory, we hired the inventor, and now we're getting ready to commercialize the process.
What is the end result of the process?
When you take cellulose material and you can convert it into its base components, you make a very inexpensive sugar. Sugar can be used to make biofuels, fine chemicals, bioplastics, a whole host of industrial applications. And when you can make it for less than 5 cents a pound, you've pretty much changed the industry.
So why are you at this conference?
We're here today because we have a new subsidiary, Alliance Bioproducts. It's a wholly owned subsidiary of the company, and we are in the process of acquiring a closed bioethanol plant and converting it to our process. And this will be the first commercial application of the CTS process, as it's known.
Who are some of your clients? Not necessarily mentioning names, but mentioning the types of uses.
Well, the first product we're going to be making with our process is a cellulosic ethanol. So under the RFS2, the renewable fuel standards, there is a mandate to produce 311 million gallons of cellulosic ethanol this year. The process doesn't exist commercially in any kind of an economical way. So we'll make maybe 18 million gallons this year as a country. Our process will be able to fulfill a big, huge portion of this gap. Aside from that, we will be licensing this to other companies, other countries, other organizations around the world that can use this process to make a cheap fuel and cheap plastics and cheap fine chemicals from cellulosic waste.
You're a technology company.
That's correct. We license technology from various universities or private organizations, the CTS process out of the University of Central Florida being the first, and then we will continue building on that portfolio with other technologies that are relevant or complement this process.
So you've decided to go in the licensing model based on a royalty for income, correct?
Licensing is certainly one revenue model for us. The other revenue model is acquiring, retrofitting, and owning and operating bioethanol plants or biosugar plants, if you will, that will produce a industrial sugar product that we would then sell or license to folks that need that as a feedstock.
Who are some of those folks? What kind of companies?
You're looking at the large ethanol companies like the Poets of the world, the Flint Hills, the Cargills. You're looking at the large chemical companies like Dow Chemical, BASF. Along those lines, anybody that's making a fine chemical or a plastic product or a fuel product, sugar is the precursor. That is what they need. We can replace all petroleum-based products in this portfolio by using sugar. And the only reason we don't do it today, sugar is expensive. The only way you can get sugar is from corn kernel or from sugar cane. And those two processes are extremely expensive when you're trying to make a chemical product or a plastic product or even a fuel product for that matter.
So here's a question that comes to mind. Let's say you have a company that you're now going to deliver your technology, they're going to license it, they're going to produce it. Does the equipment that they use to manufacture their finished product have to change in any way?
What we can do is we can provide them with a technology package. Our process really revolves around our CTS reactor. That is our proprietary piece of equipment. We make that. We manufacture that. That is a patented product. So everything before the CTS reactor and everything after the CTS reactor is off the shelf. So we can go into an existing corn ethanol plant. We can provide a bolt-on solution that will allow them to take their waste product, which is their dried distiller's grain, and we can further process that into a cellulosic ethanol and increase the value of that plant significantly just by adding a bolt-on product. Plus, that allows them to bring in other waste products and not use just corn, and we can put the corn and the sugarcane back into the food supplies.
How big is this market, Daniel?
It's multi-billion when you look at the world. Countries around the world, India, Colombia, they're all increasing their cellulosic and their ethanol mandates. So this it's infinite.
Daniel, with what you can tell me, where do you see the company in a year, 18 months?
Well, under the subsidiary Alliance BioProducts, we are in the process of acquiring a closed ethanol plant, and we will be retrofitting that over the next year into our process. We already have offtake agreements, and we already have feedstock agreements for that particular plant. So once that's up and running and open, that will be creating significant revenue for the company. We also have identified several other plants around the country that we will be doing the same process to. And aside from that, we are working on several licensing opportunities outside the U.S. Our focus is initially going to be in acquiring and opening these bioethanol plants with our process in the U.S. and then licensing outside the U.S. That model might change over the next couple of years, but right now that's how we're doing it.
What's your background?
Well, surprisingly enough, my background is business. I've been in the film business for the last 25 years. My company, Prelude Pictures, along with my partner, Mark Cook, was on the Paramount lot for most of the 90s. We produced big budget action films, Lost in Space, Black Dog, Perfect Game. And this was something that just came across my desk about 4 years ago. I invested in it personally, liked what I saw, didn't like how the company was being run, took the company over, and here we are.
What's your website? Let's get your website out there for more information for our viewing audience.
Sure thing. AllianceBioE.com is the parent company, ALLM, and then you can also go to abpinc.org for the subsidiary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel de Liege, Alliance BioEnergy. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is ALLM. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Planet MicroCap Showcase 2017 right here at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. Daniel, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Shelley. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure.